Hey, loved ones. Richest blessings to you. Blessings and love. All of the blessings and all of the greetings. How are y'all? You know, the other day when I left my last message, I was talking about spiritual oppression. But remembering that God was also talking about generational curses, because spiritual oppression don't just come by itself. There's also generational curses that goes with it, and a lot of times we don't even realize what our forefathers are carrying. I'm sorry, I'm walking, so I'm doing the balancing and trying to make sure that I put my steps right. We're doing Sunday evening walk around and just going through the bushes.
Look at the deer path.
Yes. You know, it's a blessing that we all have an opportunity to go out in nature and just enjoy God's richest blessings and take the time to not just ground, but just connect. You know, we have to connect with our surroundings. We have to connect with our internal spirit, because when we are always too busy, we don't get a chance to really connect with ourselves and hear the voice and the Spirit of God speak. So I just wanted to spend some time to talk to you and tell you, when God says generational curses, He meant it. And we have to pray and break it even now for our children and our children's children. So if you've never asked God to break it off you and off your family and off your children and off your siblings' children, then it's time. Because guess what? We cannot continue to walk with it. And it's something serious when you see it. Go ahead. Look at that mushroom right there. When good in the 10 Commandments, because when you go back to Exodus 20, excuse me, there's flies and everybody else, and I didn't wear my hat today. When you go back to the 10 Commandments, look at my nose. Did you see that fly on my nose? When you go back to the 10 Commandments, you realize that God even talked about generational curses in the 10 Commandments. And He talked about it so that we can know that we need to correct the path we're on, or go back and speak on the path that our forefathers and foremothers trod, because some of them were very bold and they did what they were doing in their own way and said, okay, let our sins be upon our children. But now, guess what? The teeth of the children are being edged. Can you imagine? Some of your trials and your tribulations are not because you have your own sins, but because of the fact that your parents made choices that you now have to walk in. And guess what? Oh, it was a mosquito. If you don't cut it out, if you don't put it under the hands of God, put it on the altar and say, Father, I'm done with this. Guess what? It's going to always come back. It's going to always be there. So you have to put this under your feet. You have to put it before God. You have to commit it to God and ask God to put it on the altar of sacrifice and take it out of your life, so that His will be done in your life as it is in heaven. That when He gives you bread, nothing takes your bread. Nothing can take the bread of your children either. So I pray that you can. Wow, this is beautiful. Leave it. Let me get it. Let me get it. Let me get it. Look at that. That is so beautiful.
Look at that. Look at that.
Nice.
It's a bread.
That is beautiful.
It's a deal in the that.
So when you pray, don't forget to pray for your neighbors, for your family, for your friends, for your children's friends. Because when you cover them, you're covering yourself, because anywhere you go or they go and you're with them, guess what happens? The blessing goes all the way. So don't forget to always, in the spirit and grace of God, we're cutting down thorns as we go. In the spirit of grace of God, put your heart before Him and put your contemplations before him as to what has occurred in the generations before you and how it's now affecting you, and then prevent it from going on to your children's generation. We don't know when God's coming. We see the signs that he's coming soon, but until then, protect your children, if not yourself. Protect the path in which they're going on, and pray daily for God to correct the errors, to remove the path which you have no desire to walk in. So my prayer is that God will lift us up above the circumstances of our forefathers and above our circumstances. And as he lifts us up, may we commit our heart, minds, and spirits unto him and give him full control. Peace and love, blessings and grace, and may the joy of God abound in your hearts as you transition in his spirit and his love. Walk good. Hey guys, it's a blessing to send these messages to you daily or every other day. It just depends on what's happening. But as I send them out, please like, share, subscribe. Send it so others may be blessed, because there's many people who need this word. Many people need to be motivated and encouraged on their journey. There's many people who are broken and just need a simple word. Blessings and love.